Good afternoon, everyone. If I could have everyone's attention, we'll have a very concise program started. And first of all, I appreciate the fact that everyone had a chance to come in early and tour the hotel. And if you haven't had a chance yet, by all means, please do so before you leave. My name is Richard LaFrance. On behalf of my family and LaFrance Hospitality Company, we'd like to welcome you all here this evening. We're very, very proud of being part of the New Hampshire community once again. We have some history in New Hampshire. We have built, we've had 5 properties in New Hampshire, from several in Dover, New Hampshire, that we built 3 hotels in Dover, new hotels from the ground up, such as in this hotel from the ground up. So these hotels are really special to us because we always feel going in a new project like this, we able to create something that's never been there before and bring a lot more opportunities for not only our guests, ourselves, our guests, our staff, in the community in general. I've had my wife and I and family grew up skiing in the North Conway area for many years. We have just acquired a property over in North Conway, so we really have spread out quite a bit in New Hampshire, and I really feel very good about all the things that New Hampshire represents. A little history. It was interesting to find out a little bit about Plymouth, New Hampshire, finding out that it was really named New Plymouth, and it was named after Plymouth colony in Massachusetts, which is really close to our hometown. We're from families from Fall River, Massachusetts, home of Lizzie Borden and more famously Chef Emeril Lagasse. Thank you. I should know that. I'm in the restaurant business, really. But we also have a hotel. We have a sister hotel, I want you to know, in Plymouth, Massachusetts. So it's a Hampton Inn down there. But so it's really great. Finding a little bit more about Plymouth, I realized that, I'll probably get some of this out of order, but I realized that Daniel Webster lost his first criminal case in Plymouth. So that's pretty interesting. Nathaniel Hawthorne, who was here with President Franklin Pierce, died here. And probably the most interesting fact is that there was an original D&M sporting good equipment business that Babe Ruth from the Red Sox would come up here and check out his equipment. So I'm sure you got to be all Red Sox fans here, so that's great. So we're really pleased to be here. There's a lot of things attracted us. Certainly Plymouth State being up here is certainly a great attraction for us to be part of a city with a university such as Plymouth State. I know there's several people from Plymouth State here, and trying to look at it again how Plymouth State got its foundings. I talked about that a little bit, and I understand there's a lot of history here. It was really originally the first teachers college in the state, so again we look forward to a lot of good things happening with the university and help their continued growth. This project, like all projects, would never happen unless we have a partnership with key people. Certainly, the first thing you look for when you do a project like this is who will give you the money. And we're very pleased that Union Bank from New Hampshire came forward. Jonathan Gould's here, and so I appreciate, John, you being here and the bank's willingness to partner with us here. We also, look for Nexa Construction Company, and Opeachy Construction out of Belmont, New Hampshire, is here, and Keith will speak in a few minutes. I'll call upon Keith. We've had great relationships with Keith, and then the other component of this is really try to be able to get the furnishings that make the hotel. There's a structure in the hotel, but what really makes the atmosphere of the hotel and the structure is furnishings. And Jim Arabella from FF&E is partnered with us from many times. And Jim, thank you for all your efforts. And Jim is from North Conway area. So again, we're really, I think of all the projects we did, this is a project that's really New Hampshire based. I mean, the money that was spent here for the hotel and all the stuff, it supported a lot of things for the local people and certainly for the state. So we're really pleased with that. So I think without going on, I'm getting carried away, right, Mia? Okay, next, so I'll call on Keith Kelly from Opeachy to come up and say a few words. Keith?
Good evening. A beautiful night for this, certainly. Wasn't too long ago that I was in a similar situation with LaFrance's down in Littleton for the opening of their courtyard. Richard touched on a team approach and certainly partners in making this happen. And this is our 7th hotel with LaFrance in 14 years. So that's a true testament to the partnership that we have with LaFrance, and O-Pee-Chee continues to have dialogue about the next one. So it's once the first one, the next once one's done, the next one comes right behind it. So it really is a testament to how we work together as ownership and architecture and construction. So certainly, as Richard mentioned, the New Hampshire tie here is pretty strong. We're in Belmont. We've created during the construction of this well over 100 jobs associated with getting this hotel built. So certainly supporting the local as well as the state level economy. So we're happy to participate in that from Belmont, New Hampshire. And again, I wish all the best to the property. It's a beautiful property. It's a beautiful location. I can certainly appreciate having this type of hotel in this market to support the business and tourism and so on here in Plymouth. So we're happy to be a part of that, and look forward to doing the next one.
Next one, I think the other thing I forgot to talk about when you first look at a hotel, you have to have the site. So certainly we looked around, we presented with this site from Mr. Mike McGinley. So Mike, you might come up and say a few words, and who was the one that's been the original developer here. Michael?
Great. Questions? On behalf of everybody here at Riverside Landing, Bank of New Hampshire, McDonald's, State Liquor Store, and myself, I congratulate Mr. LaFrance, Mrs. LaFrance, and the whole LaFrance family on their investment, their picking of this particular site, and their future involvement in the community. I myself was very, very pleased to hear that this site was under review with Mr. LaFrance. I can tell you it was ironic because it was Mr. Mark Wobland, the president of O-Pee-Chee Construction, who contacted Mr. LaFrance going back probably 2 years or so ago. We met here and we literally just walked the site, Mr. LaFrance and I and Mark, and we centered in, he centered in on this site and said, this is it, this is perfect. And I would say it was probably 2 years later now that this is the effort that went into this build. Everything went very smooth. He's an absolute gentleman to do business with. I'm very pleased to have him here on site. I am sure that the tenants are also. In closing, I would like to echo the thoughts of O-Pee-Chee Construction. Today clearly is the LaFrance Hospitality Day. And before the old man forgets, I cannot forget Jeff and Sean, who during my 2 years are great people to do business with. But, and now that we went off target, it was that O-Pee-Chee also built other buildings for me, great to do business with for those of you who want to build commercial. And we have a brand new liquor store that's now open 2 months as a result of O-Pee-Chee's cooperation in that one also. So clearly this project is coming together. The total site measures approximately 70 acres. As you can see, we have compensation areas in the back that's required by the state for catching water off the river. We're now elevated to everything is proper. We are micromanaged tremendously by the federal government, the state, and the town permitting. And we will do very well here in the future. And thank you very much for coming up today and being a part of this. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mike. Next, again, we're talking about partnership, and certainly, it can never happen without the local government and the state government really working with us. And I know firsthand how much the city was, the town of Plymouth was behind us. So it's my pleasure to introduce William Bolton, Plymouth, from the Plymouth Select Board. Mr. Bolton.
So, a hotel's impact on a local community is more than just job creation, and it's more than just additional tax revenue. Although either one of those is adequate for me. But I'd like to share with you a quote from the Marriott corporate website. Marriott International is very proud to belong to thousands of communities around the world. And because we believe that strong neighborhoods, towns, and cities are vital to the well-being of our society and economy, we feel we have a special responsibility and role to play in helping our communities thrive. We want every Marriott community to be a better place to live and work because we are there. So based on that statement, and on behalf of the Town of Plymouth Board of Selectmen, I welcome New Plymouth Fairfield Inn and Suites and look forward to long and prosperous relationships with such a company that values our community. Thank you.
You notice he mentioned taxes right away. So, next, we'd like to introduce State Senator Jeannie Forrester, who has been very helpful and encouraging from day one. Jeannie?
Thank you, Richard, and congratulations, Muriel and Richard LaFrance and the LaFrance family and all those who were involved in putting this project together. It's a beautiful, beautiful site. I was here not so long ago when we did the groundbreaking, and it's amazing to see how far you've come and how beautiful this space is. You know, it's about community and it's about partnerships. And certainly that's what this project is all about. When I see that you have some of the key leaders here in Plymouth, the town of Plymouth, here today to celebrate, and you have key leaders and representatives from Plymouth State University here today to celebrate, that says a lot about the efforts that you've made to work with community, and that is so important to making a project a success and for being a success really in a community. It's also about economic development and giving back. And certainly we heard from Bill Bolton about the economic impact to the town of Plymouth, the taxes that it brings in, the economic development, the jobs, and everything that goes along with it. So that's great. But the giving back piece is so, so important as well. And I was very pleased to see that tonight's ribbon cutting is going to benefit the Pemi Valley Habitat for Humanity. And I was really interested to see this new type of ribbon that I don't think I've ever seen. Are we going to be careful about how we cut? Because I could take a few of those. So anyway, congratulations and thank you so much for allowing me to be part of tonight's celebration.
Next, we would like to introduce, I hope I say this right, Frank Cocchiarella, Executive Director of the Central New Hampshire Chamber of Commerce. Frank C.
Welcome. For those who know me, I usually yell. Am I doing okay with the microphone? Good. So Central New Hampshire, like what we love to say, a great place to live, work, and play, but also a great place to visit and stay. So we are thrilled with LaFrance family, hospitality, and the staff of Marriott. They've been wonderful to work with from day one. They came to the college, they came to the community. They've been very, very supportive of the Chamber of Commerce. We're thrilled to have them, and they even are getting involved with the board of directors. So we thank them, we welcome them, and we appreciate them being part of this community.
Thank you, Frank. Before I introduce our general manager, I'd just like to again recognize my son. My wife's, as you know, was mentioned, Muriel, but my son Sean LaFrance is over there. Sean was obviously instrumental in working with Opeachy and Jim Marabella on getting the project started. Also here tonight is Tim Burkhardt, who is Vice President of Hotel Development, and Tim is a true partner with our family and all he does. He's a tremendous partner with us. So Tim, thank you very much for all you do. Also from our corporate staff is Jen Lurs, who is a New Hampshire native, right, Jen? And she's been with us for many, many years, and she's the corporate sales director. Spent a lot of time talking to the people in the chamber and the university and all the other parts. So Jen's here, and Matt Schaefer is also here. Matt is our marketing director. He put this together. I think he's the one that put got the money together. We did a little bit of who's got money in their pocket, and we get some Scotch tape and put it together. Ken Terrara. Ken is also a New Hampshire native. So Ken is a regional manager and oversees the properties up in New Hampshire. So, and I let Dottie, maybe she introduce some other staff. I know we have salespersons right here, Greg, but I'll let you introduce that. So Dottie, we're really pleased that we were able to attract someone of Dottie's caliber who's been involved in the hotel business in the area in New Hampshire for quite a while. So Dottie, come join us.
So thanks. And as Richard said, one of the greatest things about having this is the area desperately needed the addition here to the Plymouth market and the Lakes region and the White Mountains. So when I found out that LaFrance was building it, I was very excited to have this addition to an area come in, as this is where I'm from. I'm from this area. I have an amazing team, and it takes the whole entire team to do everything, and we are a great family, and becoming part of the LaFrance family was a wonderful opportunity for us all. Greg Welford is our sales manager, and he's over there. Greg's been around for a while and has great knowledge and is very involved with everyone. Randy, I think you're out here. Yeah. Oh, that's right, because you're in a suit. Randy is our chief engineer, also from the area. And then my great and wonderful staff, which is from all over the Lakes region, Plymouth area. I have staff going from Laconia to Lincoln, which is a great addition to have on board with us. And being with Marriott is wonderful. Marriott embraces so many of the values. I've worked for them for many years, and it was great to come on board with LaFrance. And one of the partnerships that Fairfield has within Marriott is within the Habitat for Humanity. It's a partnership that formed 1995 with Marriott, which is why we chose to do our donation to them. And Frank, I don't think has got here yet. Oh, there he is, from Habitat for Humanity for that. And I'm very forward to looking to continue to work with Habitat for Humanity with everything that we can do within the Fairfield family, as is my team. We're excited to be involved with the community, and yes, as Frank said, we are already involved with the chamber, and I am on the board. So we're excited to be here, excited to be working with everybody in the community, and looking forward to many years of success in continuing to build the partnerships that we've already started. So thank you. And Frank, would you mind coming on up, please? Frank's the executive director for Habitat for Humanity for Pemmy Bell. Wonderful.
Nice to meet you. So I see a few familiar faces here and a lot of new faces. Hopefully we'll stop into the Restore right down the road here, and we're looking forward to a wonderful relationship with Dottie. She came to the Restore one day, and we had a great discussion. Just really thrilled that we have a pretty sizable labor force here that we could tap into and call on when we need to swing some hammers, as well as anybody that's interested, want to get some calluses on your hands, come on down, we'll set you right up. And we're thrilled to be a partner with Marriott. It's an exciting time for us and a welcome addition to our neighborhood. Thank you.
We certainly have a lot of construction people here, so I hope you took notice. Yeah. Well, again, that concludes our program. We are going to have the ribbon. Obviously, we got these. I don't know. We got a small scissors for those big bills, but we're going to have a ribbon cutting. So if some folks, Bob and Jean, if you can join us, and Mike and some of the family come up, we'll have a couple of pictures, and we'll be done. And again, once we leave, please feel free to go back in. We have more food and beverage. Thank you very much for everything you've done to support this.